October starts tomorrow, and I wanted to kind of do like a state of the game, like how everything is settling in here, so you can kind of get an idea of things to keep an eye on for here for, well, October, November, and December for the later half of this year. Make sure you guys smash the crap out of that subscribe button so you guys don't miss out on more Oz content. So how is everything in the Yu-Gi-Oh sphere here? Well, in terms of competitive play, buckle up because you're stuck with tier for the next umpteen months. Considering the fact we just locked in a ban list here, we can so far down the horizon here see that tier is going to be very, very good. Well, here's the thing. Darkwing Blast release middle of October, which gives us an engine to counteract the bully, as we're going to call it, that is tier until they get the Ishizu cards. So here's the thing. When you look at Darkwing Blast as a set, you get new Draco Pendulum cards that are actually going to help out the deck a lot. I've seen a lot of cool Pendulum ideas coming out of the community. The Beasted cards, or whatever the heck they're going to translate to in English, is such an amazingly good, powerful counter pick to just being able to quick play banish as long as your opponent has a monster, and you can spot removal something from the opponent. All right, like that's a light or dark out of the graveyard. They're amazing cards. The rest of the set, I'm sure we'll have something interesting for people. You get the Naturia cards in there as well. You get new Blackwing cards too. There are a lot of people that are massively excited just to get their hands on those new Blackwing cards to mess around with. Even if the deck doesn't look good, we just got Steam the Cloak back, man. Like, that's a win in terms of my opinion. All right, and then we get one of the most devastating staples in modern era Yu-Gi-Oh, you know, Fenrir being, you know, basically a way better Pankratops in any capacity, but it's just that. Plus we get the rest of like the good Vernal monsters as well. Like, this deck is like this set is actually stacked in terms of good cards. Like, is it on par with Power of the Elements? It's very much a little bit underneath it in terms of power scaling, but there's a lot of stuff that this set aims to set the tone for, and I think that people need to keep an eye on this here, because if you were going to just play ignorant and be like, I don't want to, you know, I'm already not planning on playing you. I understand, like, you don't want to play Yu-Gi-Oh because we're going into a borderline tier 0 format. There is counterplay to it, all right? It's not going to be fun, but there are things that you can do for it. So your metagame, and at least with Darkwing Blast, honestly though, with the Shotri-La deck coming out here in the future, you want to kind of make sure you have the cards from this set. So, you know, once we get rid of, you know, tier cleaned up on the upcoming list, hopefully about February, when we release, you know, Shotri-La, you're ready to go. So you're going to go from one metagame deck to the next. And I think it's a good thing when you can see this far down the pipeline. People seem to underestimate the value of seeing how the meta is going to shape up 4 to 5 months down the road, because that gives you the chance to go, okay, so I need to set aside, you know, a little bit of money each week. You know, I want to have a play set of Beasted cards so I can play. Like, that's the important thing, that, you know, telling people how to kind of keep an eye and, you know, plan appropriately is rough. I understand that, but this is definitely an opportunity to kind of stay ahead and budget correctly if you're, you know, not of the best financial standing. All right, so people think I'm crazy when I talk about putting aside a little bit of money to get stuff you want. Now, Magnificent Mavens. Oh boy, the Ishizu cards. We finally will get the best Sky Striker card ever, Linkage, which allows for the OTK. Only a year too late, by the way. All right, well, I guess we still have Mystic Mind, so I guess it's not entirely that late, if you want my opinion. But the most important thing is you're going to get those Ishizu cards in there. So you also get a cool pack of sleeves. Yeah, I know how bad that you guys want that one pack of sleeves, all right? I get it, all right? That's the reason why you want to buy Mavens, is so you can get those Sky Striker sleeves. Yeah, sure, okay. Degenerate. All right, but honestly, one metagame changing set to the next. Don't you love to see it? It's almost like Konami wants you to spend money. trust me when I say this, Mavens is, as a set, I mean, yeah, the Sword Soul reprints come in there very, very late. The Witchcrafter stuff's in there, but, I mean, what's the rest of the value that's in this set? Like, it's honestly going to be Ishizu cards. If the Ishizu cards are short printed, because this is not a core set, keep that in mind, you're going to be crying so hard. You're going to be like, why are these $40 to $50? I can see it. So that's 2 important sets straight down the pipeline. Isn't that fantastic? Dark World Structure Deck releases later on in the year too. The deck never really took off in the OCG. I'm gonna just be honest with you. It's okay. It's okay. So that's kind of like the metagame side of things here. You know, I guess we kind of did tie in a little bit of the aspects of the market here, because those are some pretty big products coming down the pipeline here that really do matter. I mean, something like Crystal's Revenge. Amazing Defenders is a little bit of a miss in my personal opinion. Like, the Fire Truck archetype is so cool, but like, if it's something that you really need to budget for, I don't think you got to go, you know, too crazy on that. So kind of like the state of the game in that sphere. It's, if you're a competitive player, it's not going to be fun. Just playing against a Ishizu tier is very, very heart-aching. Like, I understand, like, it's RNG based, but like, when this deck mills like 10, the only real thing that can help you against it is like a Mystic Mine, and the entire community is still upset about that. Like, the ban list still tore ripples through the community. Alright, like, that's still like one big thing to mention on the state of the game here is people are still upset about mine. I get it. Alright, you want change, you don't want to see these things. People would, at this point, I think, rather trade Mystic Mine for, you know, Max C. I guess technically the OCG, and that would, you know, sync up in terms of metagame, but, you know, the ban list didn't leave any good taste in people's mouths. In terms of reprints for the upcoming block here, Crystal Beast Structure Deck did pretty good for putting, you know, hand traps into circulation, at least for Ash. But right now, if you're a new player wanting to get into the game, yeah, staple prices did go down, but not to the level that you can get things for $5-10. You know, Lightning Storms, Droplets, these are still going to cost amounts of money. Prosperity, yeah, did get cut in half in price, but 150 is still challenging to somebody out here that can't get in on like a good entry level. Is it better than 300? Yeah, I mean, I guess, but like a slash in half is still going to cost money. But I guess to be more optimistic, values did push down, so that's a semi good thing at this point. So competitive sphere is going to be absolutely dreadful for the next couple of months. I mean, the good news is beasted cards will kind of edge things out. You have Mystic Mind to kind of write things through here. You can see the future metagame 5 months down the pipeline. You know that what things you got to invest for in Darkwing Blast. You know what the good cards are going to be in Darkwing. You know, Naturia is going to be a semi-viable rogue deck, in my opinion. I'm actually really looking forward to seeing that cluster pile actually kick off here. And then, you know, as we watch Shatri Law Fenrir end up being a secret rare, we can all just, you know, cry ourselves to sleep. As like, well, that's a lot of money that we're going to have to spend now just to be able to play Photon Hypernova, you know, Shatri Law version, maximum power, you know, later on next year. So it's just that. But the rest of the community, I think things are going fine. I think the way that the game is right now, it sucks that we're going to be in a borderline tier 0 format for the winter. But at least as we start off 2023, we'll have hopes for a really good ban list to clean the crap out of the Ishizu cards, which should effectively correct the metagame, hopefully. But until then, buckle up for October, November, December, and January, the next 4 months, as tier elements are going to take down the metagame in such annoyingly crazy numbers. If you're an Exosister player, I hope that you are blessed by the Dimension Shifter draws. Because if you can draw Dimension Shifter all day, or Mystic Mine, or, you know, all the other good cards, I mean, win some dice rolls along the way. That'll do the same thing. Just variance. Just draw the out. That's all Yu-Gi-Oh is anymore. So what do you guys think? Please, so comment down below, tell me what you guys think, and I'll see your beautiful faces back here later in the day, guys. Peace out. Patrons, thank you.
Thank you so much for watching. Check out these other videos.